For the last 4 years, right around this time, country music's Tracy Lawrence steps away from the microphone to take on dozens and dozens of deep fryers. The multi-platinum recording artist always lends a hand to the Nashville Rescue Mission by hosting his annual Mission Possible Turkey Fry. He's gearing up for this year's big event, and we are delighted to have Tracy Lawrence with us to tell us about all the details. You have fun doing this, don't you?
I do. I enjoy it a lot, and just to be able to hang out with some of the folks that live and work down at the mission, and just to hear their stories, it's pretty uplifting. It's one of the most tiring days that I have during the year, but I go home feeling very fulfilled.
Yeah. What time in the morning do you start?
I usually start about 6:30. I try to get there at 6:30 so I can get the pots all lined out, get the fires going, and get everything ready because we start cooking pretty early.
And how many are you likely to cook this year?
You know, they've tried to keep us around 400 to 450. The first year we did almost
450. Oh my goodness!
Well, we did almost 600 birds the first year, and they just don't have the facilities to process them and store them and keep them. It's too much. So they wanted us to cap it off about 450. But even at that number, that's enough turkey meat that will feed over 6,000 plates of food to the homeless here in the Nashville area. It'll go to the Women's Mission. It'll go to Meals on Wheels. So it really has a big impact, and the visibility that it brings to the mission. People will bring, you know, shoes and clothes and different things as winter's approaching. They'll bring other items down that they really feel the need with their area mission. Yeah,
it's such a privilege to get to go and serve at the mission too, which I do from time to time. And you're right, the stories that you hear from people, you know, they're people just like you and me.
And I'm expecting to hear some pretty wild stories this year. You know, with the economy being the way that it was. There's been so much job loss. I mean, families that were working that all of a sudden just had the rug jerked out from under them. And I expect the need to be a lot greater this year with a lot more children. So it's a good time to give back to your fellow man.
Yeah, definitely. And all year long, of course. You're doing this on Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Do you need more turkeys? Can we drop some off for you?
You can always drop off more turkeys.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, good. So you invite people to do that. And also, yeah, the warm coats and the kinds of things that folks you know, who are homeless need at this time of year are so welcome.
Absolutely. It makes a huge difference. And, you know, a lot of the folks, I think there's been a stigma about what you perceive as a homeless person, but a lot of these people are just, they're just trying to fill a void and make ends meet. Some of them are still in their houses. They're just coming down to cut costs and save a meal. They've got children, and their funds are very tight. So there's a lot of different stories of why people are there.
Yeah, yeah. There's a song on your newest album that I think really relates to this, Somebody Who Would Die For You.
Yes.
Tell me about that song.
You know, when I found it was one of those songs that just moved me. It made me cry because it touches on some really serious issues in our country. And, you know, to know that there's somebody that loves you so much that they would die for you. I've grown up in a family like that where I know what that feels like. And it hurts my heart to know that there are people out there that don't feel like anybody cares about them. You know, that's pretty sad.
And that veteran that you could see on the street, you know, who is somebody who could die for you? It could be somebody you're serving there at the mission. So it all comes back full circle, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
It does. I know you're excited about this new album. Tell me about some of the other songs.
You know, it's a spiritual album, something I've wanted to work on for a long time. I feel like it's artistically some of the best music I've ever made. And I searched in different channels than I usually do. It's all positive and uplifting. It's still very country, though, so I don't think the fans are going to feel like it's a departure from who I am. But lyrically, it's something a little bit special.
Yeah, it is a very special album. And I'll tell you what, you're a special guy. It's neat to see you donating your time as you do every year to the mission. And you actually got up early this morning and cooked us a turkey.
I did.
I can't believe. Look at that. That's just beautiful.
I got up this morning. Actually, I bought the turkey 2 days ago, and I remember a couple of years before we started cooking for the mission, I actually came by here and cooked the turkey on camera and kind of showed everybody how to do it. So I thought it would be nice to bring you another turkey this year.
So
kind of get the wheels rolling for Thanksgiving.
Well, our staff's going to enjoy that so much, and thank you so much for being with us today.
Absolutely.
We really appreciate it. All right, you'll find more information about the Tracy Lawrence Mission Possible Turkey Fry on our hotline. We hope you'll want to give generously.
Thank you, Tracy.